Glory to God, great win. Appreciate all the Buffalo fans that were here to support us today. Resilient, tough football team. And when you're down like we were at halftime, thought the staff did a great job making adjustments. Players executed. Point out a couple guys here just to celebrate. Ray Davis, couple big time kickoff returns that helped set up field position for us and scoring opportunities. Milano with 2 sacks. I know Trey White had an interception, which is a big time play for us there. James Cook over 100 yards, so credit the O-line as well and everybody involved in our offensive running game. And then Dawson Knox, what a week. Holy smokes, right? Having a new baby, he and his wife, and congratulations to them, and then 2 touchdowns today, and setting the record for Buffalo Bills all-time leading touchdown receptions as a tight end. So great award, great honor, and a great leader as well. So of our football team. So that's all right, Chris. You got it.
Halftime, you said that the coach did a good job of putting some adjustments together. I know you'd like to be as even-keeled as you possibly can no matter the circumstance. How did you deliver your messaging at halftime? Because those guys look like they got shot out of a cannon in the second half.
Yeah, our guys, they understand. They have a good feel for when they are and when they're not playing the way we need to play. And I saw Josh as I was kind of bringing everybody up, and he looked at me, and I just knew he was seeing it like I was, and then the entire team was on the same vibe. So those guys went out there again, started with our kickoff return with Ray in the group, and then and credit Coach Tabes and Coach West there as well. And we got in a good rhythm.
Sean, this isn't new. I mean, kind of done it time and again. Second half of games this season. Obviously, it's a sign of remarkable resilience, but is it problematic in a sense too, of like some of the slow starts?
Always a but, Jay. Always a but. How about an and? That's something we have to work on. Something we have to, get into a rhythm sooner. But there's also an ability to adjust during a game. Anybody can come up with a game plan. But it's also what happens when they take certain things away. Are you able to pivot and adjust? And I think that's a sign of a great staff.
Defensively, the first half was holding you guys.
Yeah, well, we were giving up some runs, and then because of that, they were a 2-dimensional offense and keeping us off balance a little bit there. So, run defense usually starts with gap integrity. So we'll look at it and address it, and we've got to be better. That's for sure.
After the long touchdown run, after you taken the lead,
Yeah.
touchdown, it just felt like that took some stones there to bounce back from that, but you did, and you did it pretty quickly. Just can you kind of address that point of the game and how proud you might be of how they responded to that?
Yeah, that was huge. First of all, for the offense to go and counter, when they score, we need to counter, regardless of who it is. And then the defense, when they went back out there, they knew it was one play. They had been playing really tough football in the second half. Credit Bobby and the defensive staff and the players for that. The good adjustments again, and they were playing really well. And they made a play. That player's a special player, and he's got speed for sure. So we need to take better angles than we did on the back side of it. That's where it bounced back to on the cutback. So.
The college passing game was really diversified by tapping into the tight ends and the running backs. I mean, today, 13 receptions, 3 touchdowns for your running backs and tight ends in the passing game. How do you feel that has kind of morphed your passing game here down the stretch?
Yeah, it's important that you don't just target one position group, one player. Josh did a great job. I thought Joe called a great game, in particular in the second half. And, Josh was taking what the defense was giving him. And that's a sign of an offense that's unselfish, that's disciplined, and is in a rhythm.
I apologize if you addressed this before you came in, but the decision not to challenge on their long completion
Early on. Yeah, I didn't have any. We didn't have anything. We didn't have a replay quick enough for us to do it. What I saw on the video board, it was close, and those are, you never know. So we didn't have any replay, and they got up to the ball fast. So it's at the end of the day, it worked out. So.
Are you given any descriptions when there's replay assistant coming in, like why it happens or why it doesn't? Because I think a lot of fans were confused about that a couple times, where it felt was replay assistant and on some there wasn't?
Your question's a little bit cloudy, but the short answer is sometimes we know, sometimes we don't. And the referees do a really good job of communicating, especially since the onset of the replay assist. It's loud in the stadium, so in their defense, but sometimes they chime in, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you think they will and they don't, but it's all part of the game. The game ebbs and flows, and whether it's a challenge in the first half, if I had a better, we didn't have any view in the booth upstairs, so it was a hard deal.
Hey, Sean, a couple of your players said that they did hear the Patriots chirping at halftime, particularly Diggs and Holmes, two of your guys. Were very demonstrative. They said they took it to heart a little bit. Did you notice any of that?
No, I didn't. This game isn't about any one player or two players in this case. Those guys are great players, and really it's just about a team game. That's what it's about. And our team finished the game today the way we needed to finish and got a win, so we move on.
You talked about feeling players. Quite often, did you feel Matt Milano?
Oh yeah. I mean, he was vibing out there. You probably felt him up in the box. I mean, 2 sacks. Bobby made those 2 calls, and Matt cashed in. So it was good to see. He's been working his tail off to get himself back to where he was today. So I credit him and all the training staff and everything.
Does it feel good not letting him celebrate today?
It feels good to win. It does. I mean, we came in here to play a football game. We're not really into their goals. We're into our own journey, and we have a lot of respect for them, and their coaches do a great job. So, we just wanted to play as good as we could and get a win, and we did.
Hey, Sean, what went into the decision to have the inactive today?
Again, just trying to put guys based on the game plan, week to week in there that we feel like is the right approach. We'll go back and reevaluate after this week as well, offensively, defensively, and special teams. But we have a lot of confidence in game.
Sorry if you were asked this already. Any update on Jordan Rose?
No, I don't have anything for you.
It's a bit of a scary situation yesterday with the 24 hours.
Yeah, I should have started this press conference off by extending our prayers, thoughts, sympathies. Just a very unfortunate situation and a shame. It really is. And, I pray for them. We prayed for them as a team last night, for everyone involved, Brown University. There's things in life that are bigger than football, and I thought it was important that we did that when we came together as a team last night. So I'm just ashamed, just unfortunate and a shame that goes on in our world.